today's workout we are redoing 22.3. Couple reasons, small reasons why, and then the main reason why I want to do it again. First one, I'm able to do it again, so the hamstring pulled up okay. Still general fatigue from doing the workout on the Friday. If I was actually properly competing in the open, trying to play the leaderboard game, I would definitely would have waited another day, as I was still quite fatigued from the Friday, and that fatigue did play a factor in my redo attempt. Although the main reason why I was doing it again, in the first one I talked about how I spent a lot of time and energy worrying or focusing on my injury, whether I was going to re-injure myself again, and really was super tentative on the thrusters and was slow, and I didn't like that mindset when it was happening. And definitely looking back on it, I wanted to redo the workout with a more positive mindset and focused mindset on actually doing the workout well, rather than just worrying that I was going to injure myself. So that's the main reason why I redid it again. Now, getting into the workout, you would have seen that on the pull-ups I was actually slower on my second attempt, and the reason for that is I forgot to chalk up, and on this particular day the humidity was quite high, so the bar was a little bit slipperier, so I wasn't able to go as fast. I've actually made quite a few mistakes during this open, which is definitely something that I've got to be mindful of, definitely heading into next year's open. Lucky that this year's open, competitive wise, was non-existent, so it didn't matter, but definitely made too many mistakes when it comes to this year's open. Strategy wise, there was nothing too different with the strategy. I was still going to continue to break the thrust for the 18s 3. So for the 21s we 3 sets of 7, for the 18s 3 sets of 6. Up until, or when I started the workout, I still hadn't decided whether I was going to attempt the 61 kilo or last bar, because again I wasn't super confident with the hamstring, and actually didn't make that decision until after the set of 18 thrusters. So I wanted to really wait and see if there was any issues with the hamstring. So one thing that I talked about before about the mindset, I definitely didn't spend nearly as much time thinking about the hamstring during this redo, so that was definitely a positive. Now I'm a little bit behind where I was on the first attempt, and fatigue come into play, definitely on the thrusters. The pull-ups were fine, other than not chalking up the first time for the actual pull-ups, which made it a little bit tougher because again the humidity was higher, but still managed to do the 21 unbroken and still got 18 unbroken for the chest to bar pull-up. So wasn't as fatigued through the lats or the biceps compared to the legs and shoulders. For the double unders, definitely felt I did a lot better on the double unders. On my first attempt I just felt sloppy, definitely wasn't happy with my double unders. There's a lot more fatigue through the shoulders, looking back at it and really thinking about it, than I thought. So I want to stay a little bit more relaxed through the double unders. I think I only tripped twice overall over the 3 sets, which is still not great. They all definitely should be unbroken, but definitely felt I did a lot better than the first attempt on the double unders. So even though I said before that my main intention wasn't necessarily to do better time-wise than I did the first time, obviously I still wanted to do better than I did the first time, but the main priority or the main intention was definitely to do it a bit freer, so I wasn't as fearful of the hamstring, but again, still wanted to do better. So I felt the thrusters were a little bit heavier on my second go, and again, that's due to fatigue than compared to the first time. Although I did feel I handled the rest in between a lot better, and that was mainly because I was focused on what I was doing and not focusing on trying not to hurt myself, basically. So overall with the thrusters, felt a lot better compared to the first time. And as I mentioned before, I hadn't decided up until I finished the set of the 18s here whether I was going to even attempt the last bar, the 61 kilo. Once I'd finished the set of 18 at the 52 kilo, I decided that I would at least do one rep, just to more of a test, but I wasn't concerned on trying to do it super fast. So I was going to finish the last set of double unders, take a rest depending on how much time I had left, and then just do it still within the time cap, but not worry about trying to do it the whole thing super fast, because again, it was mainly a test, and also just to build my confidence in the hamstring a little bit as well. So did the redo on the Monday. My new sort of rebuild program starts tomorrow, so I'm going to get into it, hit it hard, and just rebuild the posterior chain, the strength through the hamstrings, glutes, calves, lower back, mid-thoracic, and all the way up. So that's the plan moving forward. So still ahead in the first attempt here. Where I think I make up time is on the bar muscle ups. Again, I haven't watched this back yet. This is the first time for me watching this through, so I believe, well, definitely felt I was resting a lot less, and I was able to do bigger sets. So the main thing that changed when it comes to sort of the sets and reps was the fact that I was able to do more bar muscle ups than I did on the very first attempt. So on the first attempt I did 5, 5, 3 and 2. On the second attempt, or the redo, I did 6, 5 and 4. The bar muscle ups felt actually quite good. I was still mindful of not tearing my hand or hands, even though I went a little bit harder. Yeah, so definitely felt a lot better. Felt I was catching a lot higher as well, and didn't feel as fatigued getting to that point. Heart rate still felt quite high, but overall felt a lot better doing them. So yeah, I was actually quite surprised on how good they have felt. I did not a lot of bar muscle ups before the injury, but we're definitely doing them. And the pulling movements, gymnastics pulling movements, always been a strength of mine. They're not so much of a strength at the moment, due to a number of things, but still fairly comfortable with them. So again, at this point, still ahead on the first attempt, which is interesting. I don't even know what time I finished the bar muscle ups on the first attempt, so it's going to be interesting to see. So that was my second set on the first attempt. On to the third set, which is interesting. Doing my second set of bar muscle ups on the second attempt now. Again, for the second attempt I did 6, 5 and 4, so 3 sets compared to 4 sets on the first. So was also the last set of double unders. I think we'll see it anyway, but I think on the first attempt I broke or tripped once or twice, but again, we'll see that. So just finishing off the bar muscle ups on the first attempt, getting into the last set of bar muscle ups on my second attempt. So we'll come down to the double unders basically. So yeah, again, it's only, I think I've got one more set. So overall, again, my main intention wasn't necessarily to go faster, just to do the workout with less fear basically. Something that I'm not a fan of is being fearful, so didn't feel good doing the workout like that, and definitely looking back wasn't happy with it, so that was the main reason for doing it again. Tripped up once on the last set, both times so far I think, and trip up twice on the second attempt, so still not great with the double unders. They definitely should be unbroken. So both attempts I do trip up twice on the last set. So I just finished ahead of my first attempt there. The main difference is obviously the thruster. So again, I wanted to at least try the last barbell only for one rep for a test, and if I was to make it, obviously to gain confidence out of that. So just finished ahead of my first attempt, but it wasn't about that, and feeling good. No, it didn't significantly affect my hamstring over the open, which I'm happy about, and my new program starts now.